CT side start here for Chaos as they've picked Nuke up here. So looking to try to get off to a very, very good start on this pistol round. Initial flash up in towards upper, and Steel is just going to jump straight out there into a couple of CTs. The rest of Chaos now starting to drop straight down the vent, but Vanity's been left behind.
Jonji jumping down into the vent. The rest are going to follow him. Vanity does have to struggle here against Yuri. Quite low on HP, and perhaps a wise decision to back away there. The rest of FURIA starting to make their way down to B, but to be honest, that's not a bad start for Chaos. A good strat. They get into the site quite quickly, get the bomb plant down early. They've done a lot of damage to the FURIA players, and even despite the fact that they've lost 2, there's still a chance with the fact that this timer is ticking away so quickly. Chaos, if they can find 1 or 2 quick picks, the grenade's going to go through from Serato, and now it's all onto Jonji. But that timer is the major factor. The defuse kit not on right now for FURIA, so it's going to be a 10-second defuse, and it doesn't really matter too much, I guess, when Jonji's dead. Chaos Esports will lose the pistol round, but I didn't mind the approach from them.
Yeah, definitely got down in towards that lower bomb site, but struggled to hold on to some of those key areas in that pistol round. Whenever you get that lower bomb site, you get the bomb planted. You want to be able to hold on to vents, windows, decon, but FURIA just coming down into some of those key portions of the map and getting some of those key picks makes it quite difficult for Chaos to convert that post plant, even if FURIA doesn't have access to the kit and they have to get that full 10-second defuse. Either way, though, Chaos not looking to let up with the pressure. They're going to force straight into this one with Galils and Armor after getting that bomb plant. And start making their way towards outside here, Jordan.
Fairly standard stuff from Chaos, although being able to get 4 Galils out is actually not too bad of a buy at all. Leaf down on the Deagle, but Deagle's still quite a good weapon these days. And given the fact that there are MP9s, you might even argue that Chaos have the better buy here. Steel just man modes it off of Annex, dives right on top of Vinny, and that's already a player advantage for Chaos Esports Club. In fact, it's actually a 2-player advantage.
Chaos trying to hold on to this player advantage, just slowing things down towards outer, waiting for some potential pushes. Waiting for FURIA to over-aggress, because they're the ones that really need to make something happen in this 4-on-2, and they were starting to do so. Serato finds a nice timing with that MP9. Henny as well, outside of Heart, is actually ripping all of Chaos apart. A 3K for him, and that's just fallen apart.
Yeah.
Chaos failed to convert that 4-on-2.
That was one that Chaos really should have put over the line. I think FURIA getting themselves a little bit of a... No, I don't want to say a freebie, right? Because Henny's just picked up a massive, massive clutch, but they probably would have been expected to be at 1-1 at this point. Still, great news on the CT side. It does hurt their economy quite a lot, and that's why you're going to be seeing Chaos reinvesting here. They've got a lot of util. They've got the Tech 9s. We might expect to see a bit of a quicker play here, or at least more of a brawly kind of a play with the Mac 10s leading the charge into the bomb sites.
Really want to try and break the money here, and they go straight into that upper bomb site. Already some sharp entries in there from Chaos, and they've secured control of the site. They're going to try and get that bomb plant, but not covering Heaven off just yet, as that smoke only does just land. Good cover from Steel, making sure Art can't sneak through the smoke. Henny left on his lonesome in a 1-on-3. No kit available to the man. Trying to isolate this fight with Zephyr on the site, and he's been able to do so.
1-on-2 for Henny. Winnable scenario, but he's going to have to be quick. Does not have a defuse kit to his name. Smoke there, but you almost get the sense now that the timer has probably ticked away a little bit too far for Henny, and I think he's going to have to give this one up, looking to grab the AWP, but that's actually kind of baited him. And Steel, I mean, that's pretty rude, right? With the Mac 10, that many headshots in a row, it's just bang, bang, there goes your head. And look, Chaos, got to give them credit. They didn't get over the line in the last round, but they come back with actually a weaker buy, but they still make it work. So not out of this just yet. And FURIA are going to have to work hard to get back into it. They'll force buy straight away. So it's going to be force buy madness at the start of Nuke.
I think Steel's player picture pretty much summarizes that late round pick with the Mac 10. Very, very cheeky. Now Chaos looking to try to hold on to this window that they've created. Like you said, FURIA are buying up with those pistols. So Chaos need to make sure that they're not falling in this critical round here. And already off to a good start. They've gotten rid of Art, who's been quite aggressive up there towards outside. And Chaos really slowing things down, waiting for more aggression from FURIA. And that is exactly what FURIA is throwing at them. All of them grouped up around CT, well, it's not red anymore. It used to be red. That's what I call it, CT red. It's 6 in the morning, 6:15, and I've just looked at the container and said, that's blue, Jordan. It's blue.
The more you know.
They're all around warehouse though, but Chaos, they're going to slow things down. They're going to start making their way back in towards the lobby.
Not a bad move, to be honest, from Chaos. They could essentially just walk their way into the A bomb site at the moment, though the rotations are starting to come through from FURIA. So the read is good on the CT side, but a numbers disadvantage for them, a weapon disadvantage. And Chaos at the moment really sort of just playing with this rotation, waiting for any mistake from FURIA, who do look like they want to push a little bit out from the A bomb site. They've slowed that down now, similar to Chaos, who are very, very slow right now in this anti-force buy, but they are working their way into ramp, and sooner or later they're going to have to speed things up. This will be the go signal. That Molotov thrown in does give a bit of an indication to FURIA as to the intentions of Chaos Esports Club. But very quickly down into the B bomb site, good utility usage, and Chaos are going to get a free plant, so it'll be on to FURIA to make this retake work. Yeah,
there is no rotation from FURIA, just very much stacking that upper bomb site, and I'd say they're just going to play for the exits, look for more damage. Jonji's not going to let them though, putting the MAC-10 to good use continually across the board for Chaos. I've definitely got a lot of value out of these MAC-10s. There's another example of it. Not letting FURIA hold on to these deagles and armor. Every single one of these that they can take out of FURIA's hands makes the next round a little less dangerous, but they don't want to be over-aggressing, over-committing, and throwing away control of the economy that they've just earned by getting a really good round in there.
Flash goes through for K-Serrano, playing from behind the forklift. Definitely not an easy position to flush out, because you just have so much cover to work with. Can't quite land the extra shots onto Leaf, but that could have been even more punishing than it really was for Chaos. They had quite a few low HP members. Either way, FURIA don't manage to take too much through, and the rebuy has to come from 4, or obviously more likely, just to save.
And Chaos have essentially come out the better of that Clown Fiesta there. First couple of rounds, just buys back and forth. But Chaos well and truly in control of the half. Look how much cash they've got in those bank accounts, being very, very efficient with getting the most out of these MAC-10s and recycled weapons like that M4 that was picked up. Not overspending and having to repurchase weapons by throwing them away.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm actually liking what I'm seeing so far from Chaos. I think they're working the map really nicely. They're not overcommitting to anything, and they're keeping FURIA guessing. This anti-eco perhaps not going as cleanly as they would have liked it to have, though. It does start to turn back over to Chaos Esports Club. Leaf and Jonji doing a good job of salvaging things. Yuri is the last alive USP in hand for FURIA. Chaos do lose a couple of guns there, but end of the day, they are on the T side. It's not the biggest of issues at the moment, as long as they get the round win on the board, which they've been able to do. This, though, is going to be the gun round coming for FURIA, and this will be the important one for Chaos to get over the line. This is where we get a good indication of what we might see for the rest of the half.
Not really the best buy that FURIA was looking for. Not a whole lot of access to very much utility, which could play in the favor of Chaos, especially you see Jonji still holding on to that MAC-10. So could see him try to go for a vent drop or something of that nature, and it does look like that's what he's angling for. Over towards Squeaky, but he's starting to slow things down. Chaos very much grouped in towards the lobby. Might be going for an uppers execute, and that's exactly what comes out.
He's in the perfect spot to deal with. There's a double kill already for him, maybe even 3 on the cards, but it'll be Art to actually clean up Zeppa. The trades are coming through, though, from Chaos. Vanity and Leaf doing a fantastic job, and that's 4-2 for Chaos. It looked dangerous for a moment, but as soon as Vinny was out of the picture, as soon as Hut was clear, Chaos just rampage over the A bomb site.
Yeah, Chaos are just playing this up-tempo, very fast-paced style of Counter-Strike. Really turning up the heat in this match. Probably pretty similar to the climate inside their little gaming house there. FURIA now looking to try to invest in what they can to give themselves an outside shot of winning this round here. Couple of upgraded pistols. You even got a Mag 7 on Art. That's a bit cheeky. But I'd say Chaos well and truly in control of this half now. They've got very, very good economy control on this T side. They're already up 4-2.
Yep, Jonji has managed to find a pick on Outer as well. He's just sort of crept forward back towards the red crate, and there's a couple of smokes to make life a bit easier for him. He's found an angle. Zeppa also Catches Vinny, who's trying to aggress out from Hut. One by one, Fury are just slipping away in the moment. Chaos, if they go up 5-2, that's a phenomenal scoreline at this point in the game. And you start to think, well, maybe they can turn this first half into something really impressive. They're looking sharp today. They're looking really good.
Totally agree. It's really up to FURIA to respond. They've been slightly behind the 8 ball so far on this CT side. Very much just kind of having to respond to whatever Chaos is throwing at them, because it seems like, you know, Chaos is very much just willing to continually invest in the earlier parts of the half, and then now moving into the first couple of gun rounds and the anti-eco is playing very, very up-tempo Counter-Strike, really applying the pressure to FURIA. So it's up to them in this next gun round, where they will have proper access to all of the utility and weaponry that they're looking for to try to respond a little bit. Chaos is just brimming with confidence right now, and FURIA need a couple of gun rounds to sort of chip that confidence down a little bit, maybe put pause for thought in Chaos's mind a little bit more. This is the answer for FURIA, double AWP. See how that goes against Chaos, because at the moment they're playing very, very fast.
Well, sometimes fast can work against a double AWP, but oftentimes you also see the AWP just being able to take a pick, fall back, play another line, take a pick again. And that's when the fast play starts to fall apart a little bit.
Seems like they're going to be pressuring this upper bomb side again, slowing things down at least for the time being with that smoke on the door and the defensive utility for FURIA. They're just waiting for this timing. This is where if they hit some sharp entries, Jordan, that's the round over. You can't retake upper very effectively with that double AWP.
Disastrous for Furia's economy here as well. If they do lose the round, it's an important one to win. Finny, again, getting work done from on top of Hut. Hasn't been forced away from that, but still not able to get too much more done with the smoke in his face. All said and done, though, Chaos haven't managed to find the trades this time. When they entered the A bomb site like that last time, trades came through pretty late in the piece. This time, not at all. Vanity waiting on outer, looking for anyone peeking. Serato and Vinny go down, though, and Steel and Leaf have opened up the door again. It seems like Chaos are continually able to find these late round, mid-round kind of a picks that swing things back in their favor.
Not completely in their favor just yet, but Henny missing that shot does actually apply a little more pressure to the man. He's going to cop an HE nade. Leaf's got him locked in the corner. He's just got to buy time.
Well, it's on to Steel now. Leaf can't do too much. Henny coming in to assist on 3, and Steel pretty much has to hit a couple of clean shots here. He doesn't have any util. That's a great start. Smoke's down for his position, but a good spam. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting it from Henny with the USP, to be honest, but that's exactly what we got. And 5-3 will be the scoreline. It's a reasonably costly round for FURIA, though, so Chaos are definitely still in the driver's seat.
Double AWP retained for FURIA. But exactly like you said, Chaos just after such a strong start to this half, after securing that economy control and winning that initial exchange with the force buys, means that they've got plenty of money to be working with. It's really up to them to try to keep grinding FURIA down. After losing a couple of picks in that last round and only surviving with the 2 players, even with the double AWP retained, FURIA's money still isn't great, and Chaos still plenty more opportunities to try to break that CT economy and start to streak some more rounds together.
John G leading from the front at the moment for Chaos. 11-6. Definitely doing a good job, but you sort of do get the sense, really, that this is, again, being done by committee for Chaos. I almost don't feel like it's one guy sort of leading quite exponentially or anything like that.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty characteristic of Chaos, to be honest. They are definitely a pretty solid team across the board.
Double AWP again for FURIA. They only saved 1 AWP through, so they must have had to reinvest into another. Money's still very low for Fury, and Yuri in particular quite low as well. Art, however, has gotten rid of John G, and as we've mentioned, he has been the solid performer for Chaos. So that's a nice one to get out of the picture for FURIA.
Yeah, initial pick going the way of FURIA. Now it's up to Chaos to really respond. They haven't got any map control at this point. Chaos well aware that that pressure was over there towards outer, and another 2 pick for Art. This pressure really doesn't let up.
Might get one more. Leaf just dancing around on the ladder. Will take the peek. He's flashed himself in there. That's a bit of damage onto Art. Still has the bomb to collect in T-Spawn, but Art is putting on a bit of a clinic at the moment. There is not really a whole lot that Steel's going to be able to do about this one, but he's going to be hoping to at least get some economic damage out, and he does. K-Serrato drops. Finny dancing around in Annex, and he'll go down as well. This is really important, critical damage from Steel. It at least means that Chaos doesn't go out of this round with nothing. Can't find any more, though. Yuri will take the ace from Art. But FURIA get their fourth, and they finally have a round that starts to build the economy up.
Yep, exactly right. And I'd say builds that momentum up a little bit more. Once FURIA get rolling, extremely hard to stop them. And also, it can be quite hard to play against. Once FURIA starts playing their game, you can sometimes have to fall into that box of just responding to their aggression. Whereas Chaos is... At least the initial opening part of the half before FURIA got these last couple of gun rounds, it seemed like they were really the ones driving the momentum. Things starting to slow down now for Chaos. Utility towards upper.
Better start for Chaos this round. They haven't lost a player just yet, but this will be where they will. Wow, maybe not. Steel, that's sharp indeed. He's looking on today. Looking for some revenge, maybe. And down into the B-bomb site we go. Chaos will need to get a bit of that util down. There's the cursory smoke for Decon. Vinny's going to open the door. His position now, at least, should be known. Right, Steel's going to elect to plant the bomb regardless. Not a whole lot that Vinny's going to be able to do about it with the smoke there. Steel fires a couple of bullets back, but won't have too much luck either. For the moment, I think we're in the eye of the storm. And we'll wait for FURIA to begin their retake on this B bomb site. You still have Yuri at the moment looking around on upper, so I wonder what's going to happen here. He's cleared that area out, but in the meanwhile, the rest of FURIA is trying to make something happen on the B side, and they are just getting wrecked by Zeppa. Nice headshot onto K-Serrato to follow up the initial kill, and Yuri, well, he did his job. He checked out up. There wasn't much there, but not much he can do from here, as the rest of the round will most likely be a bit of a struggle for him. And that's not going to make life any easier at all, because John G rolls up from Secret and finishes that kill off as well. And this is where you see the extra damage that Steel was able to do a couple of rounds ago starting to come into effect.
Yeah, a bit of a domino effect for a lot of previous gun rounds where Chaos have gotten some kills over the line. Now FURIA lose that gun round with 0 players surviving. That puts a lot of pressure on their money. As for Chaos, though, with 5 players surviving that previous round, their money is still fantastic and is looking likely to stay that way for the foreseeable future, maybe even for the entire half. FURIA, actually a hero M4 on Art. The rest of the lads are saving, though. I think it's a bit of a aggression or a boost on Outers. Art looking to try to isolate a duel, and he has actually found a decent timing, but punished for it off Silo. 2 picks go the way of Chaos.
Great to see for Chaos, at least. Working their way through this quite nicely. I've enjoyed watching Chaos, the way that they played this T side. They're very prepared, it seems, for what FURIA is going to be throwing at them. They're ready for any of this aggression that seems quite characteristic of FURIA on the CT side. And they're hitting shots, man. Like, Steel doesn't seem to miss at the moment. Making life really easy for Chaos. K-Serrato down on the B-bomb site. Henny is there with him. All of Chaos are headed in that direction. Surely nothing crazy goes on here, Pilsky. Surely this is just a nice, cool, calm, collected entry to the bomb site from Chaos.
Yeah, they're likely to just clean up. It's just a question of how many guns they're going to be losing, and it is just a single. Chaos far too switched on to be throwing away those opportunities. So now, into another gun round here for FURIA. And again, that's another round where Chaos survive with a lot of players. So they're pretty much set here for money on this T side. Should be just straight back-to-back gun rounds for them to close out the half. So it really is you know, it's switched from FURIA trying to set the pace in this half to how many back-to-back gun rounds can FURIA win towards the tail end of this half to keep it competitive?
Can they win any? At the moment, Chaos is looking like they're going to win everything. This is different, though, from FURIA. Push on toward outer. Vanity, not aware of it at the moment, but keeping an eye on things. Art's gone down, and that is going to leave the door open for Yuri. Farmas in hand. He's going to get two, but the trades, they were going to be good. But Vinny somehow survives. He's like Neo, dodging the bullets. John G needed to find that frag. Now it's just Vanity. Luckily, Vinny's quite low, but K Serrato cleans it up, and that almost looked good for Chaos.
Yeah, I'd have to say that a lot of that comes down to maybe not being as snappy on the trades. I don't think they expected Yuri in this position. And unfortunately, had a really tough time trading him down, and Vinny finds a nice timing to get a two-man spray down. So that's just two individuals of FURIA finding some awkward positions that Chaos weren't able to trade as snappily as usual. But again, it's an expensive round for FURIA.
Oh, 1-for-1 so far. That'll be favorable enough for Chaos.
Yeah, the question is, how do they navigate their way through a 4-on-4 now? Mostly grouped up around lobby. They have thrown that wall of smokes across outside. Somewhat limited utility. Only a handful of grenades left over for Chaos. And they're just going to group up towards lobby at the moment. They've cleared out radio at least, making sure Furia's not in any forward positions.
Henny's playing a little bit of an off angle here. Chaos would not want to fall into that trap. Doesn't look like they'll head in his direction though, as they start to creep out onto the A-bomb side. It's a contact play more than anything else, but Steel's gathered so much information that there's no one in Annex. Not that matters. K Serrato, a triple kill. Steel, Zepper, and Leaf all go down from the rafters. And Vanity, well, he tries to do his best, but once someone's gotten a triple kill on the other team, it's always hard to bring that one back, and that's a solid hold for FURIA. Big round to win.
Yeah, I think the fact that Henny only really hears one set of footsteps and sees all that utility fly out and no one really contests ramp is a bit of a tell for FURIA to just sit tight on the upper bomb site. Wasn't just K Serrato here. You also had, I think, Yuri with the FAMAS tucked in behind the silos there on the site. I think Chaos, similar issue, both of those last two rounds. Earlier on in the half, they were very, very snappy on the trades. So very, very clean rounds and some good sort of solid fundamentals on that T side. But these last two rounds, Chaos looking just a tad bit too sloppy on some of those trades towards outer, towards upper, allowing some of these FURIA players to multi-frag. Which at the best of times, I mean, it's difficult to sort of stop that from happening.
The half still very much hanging in the balance. I mean, FURIA can still get to 8.
Yeah, I think this is quite an important round, really, if you look at the money. Because both teams are a little shaky in terms of cash. Chaos throwing a lot of utility towards outer. This is a ridiculously fast-paced game. Just so many picks in the first, like, 15 seconds of the round of every single round.
Steel's going to continue to try and drive forward for Chaos, but that's not gone well at all. Art spams the door. Zepper has dropped down vent, but Art's potentially going to follow him here. I think Zepper will probably get a bomb plant here if he commits to it, but he won't commit. He turns around, tries to fight Art. Doesn't get the better of him there. John G now 1-on-3. Gets the early kill onto Vinny. Burns a couple of ticks, but he's okay for now. And he's just going to play patiently for the moment. Slow things down a little bit.
Allowed Art and Henny to group up. Not that Art really needs any help when he's aiming like that. Gets rid of John G. And now Chaos, unfortunately, run into a bit of economic troubles right towards the end round of the half. But at the same time, Jordan, earlier on, they looked pretty good on those Mac 10s. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what they go for. Handful of Mac 10s, some Tech 9s, 2 AKs. Found a lot of success earlier on. The difference this time, though, is that FURIA has pretty decent utility and actually has control of their buy this time.
Yeah, but Chaos have won with weaker weaponry before. HE nade just a little bit awry from Henny, and Chaos do not want to slow down at all. Henny is going to have his work cut out for him here. Big spray, John G bouncing up and down. He's going to get one before dropping. Quesarado does rotate quickly. That's a great call from FURIA. Good rotation. That'll be that for Chaos, I dare say. 8-7 in the first half. FURIA do end up salvaging it, but it's still anyone's game heading into the second half.
Does it feel right to call you mine? You know I don't wanna waste your time. I can't get there and you know I've tried, but I can't say why. But I can't say
Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't stop me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up!
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Step it in, elevator. Reasons to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up! I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. We are fearless when we fight, and not afraid to level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up?
8-7 the scoreline, and the map is hanging in the balance. We're on Nuke between Chaos and FURIA. The odds haven't changed all that much, but we do see a pretty good performance so far today from the Chaos Esports Club, and they are the underdogs in this matchup, but currently leading 8-7. We'll see how they go on their T-side, Pilski. Or CT-side even. Yeah, whatever, both works.
It's up to FURIA to sort of see if they're going to play that up-tempo style that Chaos are playing on their T side. As they've made their way straight towards outer. A lot of players dropping towards Annex, actually wrapping Heaven. FURIA are all over the place at the moment.
Steel has himself a couple of guns in hand. The duelie's going to town. Leaf as well. It's a kill. John G involved in the mix. It's looking good for Chaos. on the pistol round. Quickly down towards the B bomb sites. Vinny and Henny trying their best to hold off, and that's fantastic. The trades are good, but still decent. Vinny nearly clutches it out for FURIA. But Vanity certainly has something to say about that one. It was maybe a bit too close for comfort for Chaos, but hey, they've gotten over the line in the end.
Sharp from Vinny, 180, one tap. Almost gets FURIA that round with some very, very clutch multi-frags. They almost pulled off the Alamo there with the 2-on-5 at Megaton. And FURIA would expect nothing less from these guys, especially with Vinny around 4K, to see them just force buy into this one and keep the pressure up.
So it will be the force buy. A little bit of a different look force buy though from FURIA than what we saw from Chaos, which lent a bit more towards the Galils. Here we have 3 AKs for FURIA. A lot of punching power.
Yeah,
Too much utility.
Well. So they're looking for some duels toward outer. Not going too well for them. Vanity's getting good value out of that scout. It's got a good timing here to walk out upper, but it seems like they're getting shut down a little.
Yeah, Zephyr doing some good work with that M4. Needs to have the impact. John G as well from us in hand. So rifles are going to work at the moment for Chaos, but John G can't get too much more done. Rotation starting to come in for Chaos. But Zephyr also drops. Now it's a couple of AKs against an MP9 and a Scout, and that's not too favorable. Leaf does lose a bit of HP, but Quesarado is stuck behind the pillar on the site. He'll manage to fight his way out of it. Leaf does fall, and I think Vanity's going to give this one up. It was such a good start for Chaos, but the blistering pace from FURIA really seems to be a little bit problematic for Chaos now.
Yeah, this game is just some messy, fast-paced, up-tempo Counter-Strike, and I'm all for it right now. FURIA get across the line with that AK buy. So how does Chaos respond now that they're on that double eco? Probably force buy of their own, I would imagine.
You would be correct in your assumption. Doesn't fill you with a whole lot of confidence, though, the buy that Chaos does have. Seeing a bit of extra utility starting to trickle through, which builds it up a little bit, but it's still nothing really to write home about.
It's all about what you make of it. Straight ramp rush, actually. Straight into Leaf, and he's hard done by there. He's got 4 FURIA players, well, actually all 5 FURIA players just running at him.
Yeah, it seems that FURIA wants to play the same brand of Counter-Strike as Chaos did. John G's gotten one, Steal another. But 1-for-1s aren't really too great for Chaos at the moment. They need to get more favorable trades as we see the bomb plant go down on B. Both of the CTs will have now been spotted, and FURIA have a good idea as to where they're coming from. Not too much of a reason for Vanity to save anymore this round because Chaos... Well, actually, there was a reason. But didn't seem like he wanted to. FURIA starting to really get control of this map now that they're on the T side. I think going to need to really see Chaos lift when we get to that first gun round.
Let's see if they are able to. For the time being, they're just going to have to take the save. Interested to see Steel put these dualies to use. Especially against a buy, and FURIA just rushes ramp again.
Seems to be a fan. Steele's just holding down his W button, and well, look, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty happy with that, Chaos. Let's get that kind of round out of the way. We don't need to see it. Gun round, that's what I'm interested in. And this is what we're going to get from Chaos. It's a pretty low buy, though, for Chaos when you consider this is supposed to be their gun round. So.
Yeah, look, they do not have enough money for full belts of util or any AWPs or anything like that, so they're going to take another save.
Interesting. Yes, they really are backing themselves with the guns in hand, the utility more so.
I mean, with the way that the money is for FURIA right now, they're going to have to be winning back-to-back gun rounds at some point anyway.
Yep.
May as well just build up the loss bonus a little bit more. See if you could chip some damage away before you try to put together a much better gun round in the next one.
Who says you can't get it done with what Chaos have got in the back pocket right now?
FURIA's just running into a crossfire at ramp, and that's gone fantastic for them.
It's disappeared. The round's disappeared. Where did it go?
Well, where it went is the fact that FURIA
Bermuda Triangle.
anti-eco went ramp 2-3 times in a row, and maybe they might have expected they were up against a buy that time. But Chaos, they've got that one done. That's a critical couple of kills there.
He's been warming up. I tell you what, Mac asked him about the Valorant earlier on. I tell you what, I think most players probably should be on the Valorant hype train at this point.
Dude, all I'm saying is Inns also posted that that Valorant highlights and then went on to win the Oceanic event, so with like a 30 bomb on literally every map, so I think we found the answer.
Maybe.
That's nuts.
Get in
from
the DM server.
Just walking out that squeaky door smoke and looking for an entry.
Definitely not going to be expecting this if you're Chaos, but he is spotted out. So no harm done for the CT side so far. John G pressured at the moment. Quesarado does want to get aggressive, and he looks for the entry onto Rafters. Zeppa a little bit too good. Double kill for him. And Steel holds strong on the trade. It's a good round so far from Chaos, especially when you consider Vanity even has himself a scout. He saved that through from the last round.
Fury just going to try and slink away. Find a bit of a chink in the armor of the CT side in this 1-on-3. He's made his way into ramp room. No rotations into lower yet for Chaos. Very much sticking towards this upper bomb site, and I'm pretty sure Leaf is minding elbow here, so should be the end of Yuri here. Oh my god, I can't believe that
2 HP.
he's allowed to get away with that.
It's still relevant damage. Everything is relevant at the moment for FURIA.
Absolutely right.
2 HP. Is there still a way where he can win this round? He's got 26 seconds to play with, so he's going to pretty much have to go down to the B bomb site, but should get in there for free, should be able to get a bomb plant, and that's where things start to get a bit interesting.
Yeah, I think Yuri can just go for the plant here, cut some corners. He's 2 HP at the end of the day. If he's not cutting some corners and taking some risks here in this round, he's got no chance of winning it in the first place. Failing to jump there might make things difficult, though.
Oh, they might line up for him if he's a bit lucky. Oh! Could have been scary had Vanity copped the headshot, but Chaos will get over the line with a couple of guns still alive. Oh. Vanity with the BM. But that's okay. I like it. A little bit of a backward and forward between FURIA and Chaos. Raise the stakes. This is the ESL One Cologne, you know?
That's what I like to see.
Not a backyard scrimmage anymore. A little bit of a tussle with the brothers in the backyard, like you and me, Pilski.
Oh yeah,
I'll
back
knock
in the
you
day.
out. Get in the sandpit.
Jesus. You got a bit of food in you, Jordan, and you just pop off, mate.
I'm popping off. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right. Do have the AWP on Vanity for Chaos. As for FURIA, just sticking to that 5 rifle. Drift up towards Squeaky. Again, another push through that Squeaky door smoke. Goes the way of Chaos. Art getting a little too aggressive for his own good. This is team in a rough state of affairs, but any the spam through that Squeaky smoke actually evens up the accounting. So now it's on FURIA to make the next move in this 4-on-4.
Looks like FURIA this time will elect to slow things down a little bit, which is a bit of a change up on the T side. Keep Chaos guessing.
Vinny's just keeping tabs on the hard push. Doesn't want to overextend. Vanity on a bit of an off angle. You probably wouldn't expect an AWP towards Silo there. In the meanwhile, FURIA now are very much making their way through outside. Should have contact with Jonji in a second here. He's actually been smoked off, and they're going to start going towards Annex.
That was the wrong time for Vanity to just get a little bit, I guess, distracted, I suppose, is the way to put it. It's 2-on-2 at the moment. Zeppa has to come up big, but he has the rotation coming in from Leaf, who has made it to the rafters now. Flash is going to go through the back vent, but that hasn't caused too much of a problem for Zeppa and Leaf. One player down, 1 to go. Vinny looking to clutch. 24 seconds to work with here. Pilski's got a smoke. He'll toss that on the ground, and the Molly's actually potentially going to force Leaf out of position. Doesn't land on rafters, but he's still seen Leaf. AK in hand now. Vinny has the bomb down towards the B bomb site. And Zeppa tasked with the one-on-one clutch, but he's quick. He's quick. He's chased Vinny all the way down here. Is it the fake plant? No. Surely the round down for Zeppa. Absolute mad lad. What a Chad. He's just chased him down. No fear at all. Does not expect anything from a peak. And Chaos will win the round.
It's got expensive for Chaos. Only surviving with one player definitely will take a bit of a toll on their money. As for FURIA, if they buy here, going to be very limited on the utility. But after that bomb plant, definitely could put together a majority of players, AK and armor, if they want.
Yeah, still a bit unlucky to drop there like that. That's a scary one for Zeppa, isn't it? Because you don't know if he's going to fake the plant. If he fakes the plant and you're rushing at him and you die, you look a bit silly.
Yeah, I think it's like, you know.
Is it the percentage play to just rush like that?
It's nothing to do with that. It's all about like you get 3 or 4 layers of mind games deep.
Yeah.
And then you just choose not to participate in the mind games and you just go, look, if he's faked it, he's faked it, but I'm just going to W at him.
I think that's almost been the mentality for Chaos quite a bit this map. We've seen it specifically, obviously, on the T side. They really did play quite quickly and in that sort of W-esque fashion.
Crazy. So Vinny's dropped an AWP for Art, who's exchanged a Deagle. And they're putting together a bit of a wacky buy. This is like going to be quite hard for Chaos to read, to be honest, because you usually would expect FURIA in this round to not have access to an AWP. You're probably reading the money like about 4 to 4.5k, something around that mark. So to glass cannon an AWP and throw it to Art is pretty interesting, and then saving on some of the other players.
Well, Chaos have been pretty on the ball so far here on Nuke. That's a fantastic grenade right on top of Art. He's copped a lot of damage off of that one, but now that he's posted up on the line, this is where things can get a little bit awkward for Chaos. If someone makes a mistake, they'll die, but John G has managed to kill onto Art. Now some of the information starting to roll through. Yuri's been spotted as well. Chaos know that they're dealing with more than just a pistol buy.
And he's recovered that AWP. He's on that glass cannon status though. Chaos really wanting to have a clean round here. Their money is not looking fantastic. That would be a bit of a turning point in this Nuke game. If they can have a clean round, establish control of the scoreline as well as control of their economy. An opener for Henny.
Yeah, pegging one back. Things in the mix. Chaos only have to hold on for another 30 seconds, but this is where things start to get a little bit tense. You're wondering, where is FURIA? They're kind of all over the map at the moment. They've got a player down on lower, lots of control on outer, one still in squeaky. So FURIA is going to be coming from all angles, and it's really going to be on Chaos to ensure that they don't drop the ball here and they can win the aim duels. 10 seconds left. FURIA, I mean, when are they going to come? They have to go now. I think time's starting to run out a little bit too much. Bomb plant, surely not possible, but it does go down just in time. Henny, he's got it on the floor, but he's lost Yuri. It's all onto Henny now. No armor, glass cannon AWP, and his position more or less known. Chaos have lost a few guns, but they definitely want to ensure that they don't lose the round. Defuse is on. Leaf's just going to stick it. Vanity watching. And Henny won't even peek through. So FURIA will let that round go by the wayside, but they've done more than enough damage.
Yeah, they've taken a bunch of guns out of the hands of Chaos. So even though Chaos get across the line in that last round, lost bonus past bomb plant as well as that AWP saved over gives FURIA a pretty fantastic buy here. And Chaos, they've also got a good buy, but they don't have the lost bonus built up that FURIA has access to. And they're definitely out of funds here, cleaning out the bank accounts to put this buy on the board. It's sort of great that Chaos has got the scoreline advantage, but is still sort of teetering on the precipice.
Yep, very much so. Anyone's game.
FURIA is straight across the secret this round. I think John G was close enough to be able to hear that but there's been no rotation. It's actually going to be a lobby crunch in response, and that's not gone well for Chaos.
Yeah, Leaf still posted up there in trophy room, but he'll just elect to back off. I don't know what he's going to do. Does he re-aggress? Could find the timing here if he does. Quesarado checks the corner. Leaf's gone a little bit too early. He's fired a couple of shots. Does just get away with his life, but the real damage is coming from Zeppa and John G, the players on the A bomb site. And that's a great flash, but an equally great response from Henny. Now Steel will try to salvage things, and he does very well to do that. 24 and 17. He won't find his 25th, but he's given the numbers advantage to Chaos, and Vinny just walks back up onto the A bomb site. Easy as you like for Zeppa. Another double for him this round. 13 and 11, and that's a critical win for Chaos.
Again, it's a close round though, and FURIA with that loss bonus built up can continue to reinvest and keep the pressure on that CT side economy. But every single gun round that Chaos claws ahead gives them a little bit larger of a margin for error. At least now at 13-11, should they have their money reset, they can take some saves and they won't be giving up that match point sort of status. Can still try to fight for that win in regulation. If they even do drop a gun round.
It's a huge performance from Steel and John G so far for Chaos.
To be honest, I think on both sides this game is basically just by committee.
Yep.
All 10 players in the server right now. And it's up-tempo, exciting Counter-Strike.
It is. It's very good to watch. Makes you wish every game of Nuke was like this.
This doesn't even feel like Nuke to me, man. Every round, just look at all the utility. There's
Really?
like 6 Molotovs on the map. Almost every single round, someone's dead in the first 20 seconds, and it looks like it's heading that way again, Jordan.
Honestly, seeing that much fire in a nuclear power plant probably isn't my idea of a good time, but this might not be for Zeppa until he eventually clues on to what's happening, and Art does fall through the smoke. Can't get too much done. Great work, Steel, peeking off the back of a flashbang of some sort. And this round has really just fallen apart for FURIA. Leaf maybe a bit lucky to survive there, but covered off well by Vanity. And Quesarado all of a sudden is like, guys, where have you gone? Everyone's dead. He might be very shortly as well. This is going to be the one that really reinforces the CT economy, though, for Chaos.
Oh, if they survive with all 5 players here, they're cruising. Heading up to 14-11, potentially. And next round, FURIA's not really going to have the best access to all of the utility that they could possibly want. At the same time, though, we know that FURIA is the kind of team that can get a lot out of a little amount of money. Put together some pretty janky buys that do a lot of work.
Great map control for Chaos.
3.4 for Art and Yuri. So if they do want to buy here, it's going to be a little lackluster. Art's had an extremely low strike rate from that squeaky door area. I think he's lost that entry duel 3 or 4 times this half.
14-11. Kind of feel like we've almost gone over the tipping point now. But maybe FURIA can dig deep and pull this one back. It's going to take a few gun rounds in a row to do that, to break the CT economy. Yuri copping a lot of damage. There's a hole in the smoke. John G had too many options there. It didn't land the first shots cleanly. That's been his undoing, but at least Steel's good enough to get the trade, which he has consistently done. Leaf down on the bomb site very quickly, though. Great rotation from Chaos, and that puts a stop to FURIA's charge. Zeppa's there as well, but Henny a double kill, and Art one as well. What is just going on here? Vanity now gets himself into a one-on-one, but he has control of the bomb. Art's up on A. Madness. It's just another one of those rounds.
A minute and 10 on the clock. I don't know if Vanity spotted him. I think it's been called to him by one of his teammates. The death chat there. And he's got the molly to flush him out of position.
Oh! He's got the molly to win the round!
Nicely done. That's 15 secured for Chaos. Bit of an anticlimactic end to a insane round.
It's too easy. Too easy.
An expensive one for Chaos. Look, if FURIA can peg 2 back here in a row, they can break Chaos's money. But, I I mean, even now it's looking a little shaky, but Chaos has just been so solid these last couple of rounds. They're
Soon as
definitely
that
on a roll here.
CT economy has started to blossom, so has Chaos. 5-on-5, Art's gone through the smoke and he's just been blitzed by Steel. The man can't really put a foot wrong right now. He's hitting everything. Fury does put a stop to the madness though. This would be a good show from John G though. Up inside of the smoke, Zeppa gets a double kill. Henny, he's deleted as well from the server. It's just fallen apart for FURIA. The map's over, Pilski. 1-on-3 for Yuri. He has to do something superhuman to keep FURIA alive in this map of Nuke. And Lee spots him out, fitting an end to the map. Chaos at 6.